So right now we are parked just on the other side of the train track. So where I was earlier is right over there. It's like the diamonds up there and all that fun stuff. And you can see the Choctaw subdivision signals right there. You can see, where's my finger? Right there and right there. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm actually pretty close to the train tracks. This is probably illegal, but it's fine. If there's a train, I'm gonna move anyways. This is a terrible spot to Railfan. I mean, I say it's terrible. It's pretty bad. But yep, here I am on the even sketchier side of the train tracks. I love it. I'll probably stream until 7. I don't know. If the signals don't turn on, I'm leaving by probably another 20 minutes. Less than that, actually. My family, they're out swimming right now, so I'll be like showing up right before the sun sets, like, hey, I want to swim. Yeah. Yep, I've seen some of your videos here. Yeah, back in Durant. I'm not going nowhere. You want me to leave or something? No. I'm just hanging out. So yeah, it's like I was over there a minute ago. You can see the signal that I was at, but now I'm down here on Malone Street. Or I guess the intersection of Malone and Louisiana. It's like Durant Sands LLC is back there. Then there's the Choctaw subdivision. There's the siding. So this is the siding track closer to me, and that's the main line over there. And then there's a giant pot shop. They grow weed in there, marijuana, drugs. So yeah, not the greatest side of town. I mean, a bunch of homeless people live in that little wooded area right there. Crackheads and all that good junk. Not saying I don't like homeless people. Like, some of them are really good people, but trust me, come down to Durant, you'll have your fair share of interactions with them. Good old Durant, not too far from your happy place. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, Caleb. Had a pretty good day. Today I started my first job of sorts. I'm an intern for a congressional candidate. He's running for Congress in District 2 of Oklahoma. So y'all don't get mad at me about my political decisions or all that kind of stuff. He's a Republican conservative. His name's Josh Perkeen. He's a really nice guy. I really like him. And I'm part of his campaign now. I'm an intern. I've been doing online like ads and stuff for him through his congressional campaign. It's gonna be a pretty cool experience. It'll look good on my resume, all that kind of stuff when I get a real job. But today's been pretty good. I woke up at a decent time. I went and got breakfast, and then I went to the office and I sat down and I worked, and then I went home for lunch, and then I came back, went back to the office, and then here I am. Yeah, but don't get too mad over my political decisions. I mean, you know, we might disagree politically, but I mean, you know, people are people. We all have opinions, and we're all here for a common purpose, you know. We're here to watch trains, the great uniter, even though rail fans can't seem to look each other in the eye without getting into a fight. Yep, Lake Texoma, right down there. So actually, you can get to the lake if you go up there to the Kiamichi track, which crosses right up there at those signals. And if you walk down that 15, maybe, probably more about 20 miles, and you'll be right on Lake Texoma. That train track crosses Lake Texoma. So yeah, if you want to get anywhere in Durant, just walk around the train tracks. You'll find something. Yes. I was actually just talking to my friend, Southern Kansas Railfan, about it earlier. I always said that RBMNN, yeah, I actually got it right that time. Well, Reading Blue Mountain and Northern 2102 is actually, I've never really liked it, honestly. So like, when I was a kid, my grandparents had like all these discs and stuff about Great American Trains. But you know, I never really liked the episode about Reading 2102 because I just didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the paint scheme, and I didn't like the way the nose looked. I was like, I've always kind of didn't like it because that was my least favorite part of all those CDs. Well, now that I'm older and it's restored, I'm watching all these videos. That thing is one of the nicest steam locomotives there is out there. I mean, like, the paint scheme is nice and crisp. It has some of the best whistles. It has like an awesome stack torque. Like, that stack torque rivals or even beats Nickel Plate Road 765 and Pure Marquet 1225 that have the best stack torques. But I don't know, I love that locomotive. I would kill to see it. Actually, I was supposed to go up to Pennsylvania for my 16th birthday trip this year, but that didn't pan out, and we're gonna go next year. And Reading is on our list of places we're gonna try to get out there and catch 2102 or 425. But I do think 425 is going down for a boiler inspection within the next 2 years, though. I don't remember. Also, if you're watching my channel, my last video, so in that video, I have to share some bad news. So in that video, I mentioned that me and Southern Kansas Railfan might be meeting up in Corona, Kansas to catch the SKOL excursion. Well, I have to say that's been canceled because, like, neither one of us can make it work, and it's sad. Another collaboration attempt wiped off again. But there's hopefully something coming. I'm trying my hardest to get videos for you guys, but honestly, I just can't get away from Durant right now. Because, like, now that I've started my internship, I can't be out of town on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. And then with FFA and stuff starting to crank back up and show, I have to be in Durant every single night unless I want to pay someone to take my responsibilities. Like, it's just difficult. And then, of course, gas prices. I mean, it cost me nearly $100 to fill up my tank the other day. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I'm trying to get some stuff cranked out. We'll see what we get done. My summer schedule is packed. I'll try. Hopefully gonna get Texas State Railroad back in. Hopefully I'll get Oklahoma Rowing Museum back in. I'll see if I can get down to the Grapevine Vintage Railroad and maybe catch their E units. You know, I really don't know. I'm gonna try my hardest. I have all sorts of things that I could do, but, you know, it's just kind of a matter of finding a good time for it. I still have some stuff waiting out in East Oklahoma, though. So if y'all are around here, I mean, around my channel, you know that I guess not really my YouTube channel, but my Instagram account, I post about the Arkansas-Oklahoma Railroad, the AOK. I posted about them a couple times, but I'm actually invited to go do a cab ride of one of their freight trains. I know a couple of the people out there, and they invited me over. They said they could get me the safety clearance and stuff, and then also ride one of their OCS trains, their office car specials. But that's still a work in progress. Been trying to figure that out for the last 3 years now. Hopefully the invitation still stands, because, I mean, I talked to the lady, we talked to the lady, but we'll see. Okay, it's about 7 p.m. I'll give it another 8 minutes. And if the lights don't turn on, I got to go out to my great-grandparents and, you know, hang out with my family or something. Thank those of you, I thank all of you who are still on here. I really enjoy it, talking to you guys. Yeah, me too. What do I prefer, CSX or Norfolk Southern? That's a difficult question, because honestly, I don't care about either of them. I mean, it's always cool to see Norfolk Southern and CSX and Durant, because I mean, their nearest terminals are so far away from here. Honestly, I'll say Norfolk Southern because they have more heritage units. I mean, they have heritage units, but I mean, CSXs are always a little bit more fun to catch than Norfolk Southern, because like we don't see CSX as often as we see Norfolk Southern through here. Because I probably say there's about 2 or 3 Norfolk Southern locomotives that come through here a week, and there's usually like less than 1 CSX. I just realized I have a giant scratch down my arm. Man, I can't believe there's no trains today. It's a Monday. Usually there's trains all the time on Mondays. What's up, Railfanner Christian? How are you? Right now we're just still waiting for a train. Nice, nice. Yeah, I wish I lived that close to 2 Class 1s, but right now the closest other Class 1 is BNSF all the way in Medill, which is 30 minutes away from here. So it's usually not worth it to go over there, you know? That's a lot of gas. And with gas being so expensive, I mean, just here in Durant, it went from being $3.17 last week to $4.40 today. Like, it's just stupid. It keeps going up. Part of the reason why I'm working for a Republican congressman. I mean, we just want to get those gas prices down. That's one of his whole missions, is to get gas prices to go down. If he can find a way to wiggle his way in there and get it fixed. But yeah, it's starting to take a toll, because my agreement with my parents is, you know, they bought my truck. I'm very, 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 very thankful for it. But I have to pay for the gas, and I have to pay for the tags and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to find like a real job, because my internship doesn't pay. But I don't really have time for a full-time job, and if I do, I would literally lose everything, like free time wise, because I don't do a lot on the weekends. Like, if I do, I'm usually hanging out with my friends. You know, I'm not gonna take away that time for rail fanning. So I would probably lose my channel if I got a real job, honestly. Or I wouldn't lose it, but, you know, uploads would be going from once a month to, you know, 3 times a year, because I wouldn't have that much content. Huh. At least that's still something, though, you know? It might be only a rock train, but it's still something good. I keep thinking I hear a train, but these lights are off. I'll give it about 3 more minutes on this thing, and then I'm dropping out. Today was hot. It got up to 94 degrees here. What does RF and P stand for? Nah, TNO, there's probably no way it's a train. These signals have to turn on, because it's like they have to turn on, or they're breaking a whole bunch of railroad rules. I think it was a truck, because there's a Hardy Farms like down there, and they have trucks, and they have train horns on them, because people around here drive like idiots. I'm actually kind of tempted to stay till about 7:30, because that's when the Kiamichi comes through. But the thing is, I don't want to wait that long, because the sun goes down around 9, or 8:45 to 9, and I kind of want to swim. That's what my family's doing right now. They're eating supper and swimming. No. So, like I said, this is the Union Pacific short line, or not short line, Union Pacific main line, and up there is the Kiamichi short line. The Kiamichi is a Class 3 Genesee and Wyoming Railroad. If y'all want me to, I'll drive up to the, there's another crossing down there. I can't park at it because it's such a narrow road, but I can drive down there if y'all want me to. There's another signal. It's a pretty cool signal setup. The thing is, if I'm down there and a train comes through, I won't be able to get down here in time. Here, hold on. Actually, I revoked that statement. I'm not going to drive down there. But what do y'all think about me staying a little bit longer? Because it's 7 p.m. right now. I honestly don't want to leave because I know the Kiamichi is going to be through here. But then again, I see the Kiamichi all the time, and I know what the train is. It's Kiamichi 3392, Kiamichi 33, I think 88, and then Kiamichi 4073. That's what the locomotives have been lately. They're probably the same. If they're not, it's probably Kiamichi 7176 and 4080 and 3376. Now, I came down here because I have better service. I have full bars down here. I had 2 up there by the water tower. Yeah, the Kiamichi is pretty cool. I like them. And all the people are really nice. Like, they have some of the best workers out of any railroad I've ever visited. Like, they're the nicest guys ever. Like, there's some of them, they're really cool. Like, especially Evan. So if y'all go back and y'all watch my Kiamichi videos, just only Kiamichi trains. It's every single one I've ever caught. And Evan pops up in that video all the time. It was kind of funny because he's a really good railroader. I love him to death. That guy's awesome. He gave me my Kiamichi railroad hat. But he's a really cool guy. And he's the one that always lets me know when they're coming through. So I don't think he's on the Kiamichi tonight. He hasn't messaged me. But we'll see. Yes, Kiamichi has a really nice crew, but thing is they're looking for workers. Genesee and Wyoming shipped off a whole lot of their employees, so right now they're hiring. I can't work for the Kiamichi. You have to be 18 years old to work for a railroad at all. Plus, the Kiamichi HQ is all the way in Hugo, which is an hour away from here. Hour and 15 minutes. I'm starting to wonder, I haven't railfanned the Kiamichi from down here very many times. Like, if I have, it's been on accident. Like, we've just been sitting down here, the lights turn red, and I figure it's a southbound Union Pacific, but then the Kiamichi crosses over. But thing is, sometimes the Kiamichi crosses east and west without, or not a Union Pacific train on the track. So I don't know. Sometimes they come through without warning, sometimes they don't. I don't know. It's all sketchy. I might honestly actually have to stop streaming in a second. My phone's about to die. Yeah, I bet you would. The Kiamichi's a pretty cool railroad. I love it. I only wish that they weren't a Genesee and Wyoming company, because Genesee and Wyoming, they love to come through and they love to repaint all those locomotives. I really hate that they do that. Like, of course, I understand repainting locomotives to make them match, but that paint scheme is just so awful. They're orange with a black stripe down the middle. You can go through my videos; they're everywhere. Like I catch the Kaimichi at least once a week. But so like, I know they have their main roster is orange and black, but mainly orange. Not like BNSF. BNSF is like mostly black with some orange like down the middle. There isn't a schedule, but there is kind of like you can predict it because the 201 trains are called out of Hugo at 2 p.m. and their max speed is 25 miles an hour. So if you do the math, it's they come through at about 7:30 every afternoon. Sometimes they go faster though. Yeah, orange body with black lettering and roof. But then they also have that really big black stripe down the side on the bottom, because the bottom of them's black too. I don't know. BNSF locomotives are almost 50-50 orange and black. So it really just kind of depends, like, does the zebra have white stripes or black stripes, you know? So like, is BNSF mostly black or mostly orange? Now, what's y'all's favorite BNSF paint scheme? The H1, H2, or H3? Mine's the H1, like with the green instead of the black. It doesn't have a schedule. I already said that. It got called out of Hugo at 2. And so it'll probably get pulled in around 7:30. You don't have a favorite? Yeah, kind of me too. I don't see BNSF enough to, you know, form a favorite. I mean, BNSF operates on the Kaimichi Railroad. It's like they run through here. They bring coal trains from Medill to a power plant in Fort Townsend, which is east of Hugo. So that they operate BNSF through here, but they do it so rare now because they run them a whole lot during the winter because people use that power plant for heat. But it takes a lot more energy to, you know, run heaters than it does air conditioning. Yeah, I mean, I can't really have a favorite because, I mean, really, anymore, you can't have a favorite paint scheme because they're all the same. Like, if you go to a Genesee and Wyoming Railroad, they're all the same. If you go to Norfolk Southern, they're all the same. If you go to CSX, they're pretty much all the same. BNSF, pretty much all the same. Union Pacific, the only difference is, does it have a flag on it or does it have words on it? So, you know, like, you can't really have a favorite because they're all the same. Like, well, I mean, I say they're all the same. They're all the same if you're looking at a specific railroad. But if you have, like, one overall, it's more understandable. Because I'd probably say that my favorite paint scheme of a modern railroad right now is honestly, I don't know, they're all pretty terrible. Probably Kansas City Southern. Yeah, I've caught CN and CP. And what's funny about that is, so I don't see CN or CP very often. But when I went down to Louisiana, I think it was Louisiana. Wait, no, it was Alabama. So down in Alabama, they actually have a Canadian National line, and through Louisiana, they have a Canadian Pacific line. And we railfanned both of those, but both times we railfanned them, we caught Union Pacific trains. So like Union Pacific just follows me everywhere. Because last time we railfanned BNSF, it was only Union Pacific locomotives. You know, like, Union Pacific just follows me around. We even went, there was a short line railroad in, where was that at? Bartlesville, Oklahoma. That's where my grandparents live, and we were up there. And the short line runs Union Pacific locomotives, like ex-Union Pacific that they bought. They run Union Pacific locomotives. So I was expecting to see SKOL locomotives, which are black. But when it came around the bend, it was freaking Union Pacific. And I was mad because I didn't want to see that. But yeah, I think I'm done here. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the watch time. I'll see you later. Southern Belle all the way.